The Battle of Edge Hill took place on the 23rd of October 1642 and was the first major pitched battle of the English Civil War. Earlier that year, the events that led to the Civil War resulted in King Charles I declaring war on Parliament in the city of Nottingham, where he raised an army that by the time October came was ready to march towards London. Parliamentarian forces led by Robert Devereux, the Earl of Essex, were prepared and ready and intercepted the Royalist army at Edge Hill. The King's armies, amounting to 13,000 Royalist troops, took positions on top of the ridge and overlooked the fields below, where they saw 15,000 Parliamentarian troops lined up and ready to do battle. Despite being outnumbered, it was the Royalist cavalry that would prove so decisive during this battle. The Royalist army came down off the ridge to engage the Parliamentarian troops. On the left flank, Royalist cavalry engaged and overran Parliamentarian musketeers, pursuing them back towards the village of Kyneton, where they then attacked and ransacked the Parliamentarian baggage train. On the main battlefield, the Royalist armies were depleted of cavalry troops, and this enabled the Parliamentarian forces to gain an advantage and push back the Royalists back onto the slopes of the hill. They were able to capture the Royal Standard. This was an embarrassment for the Royalist armies. Upon their return to the main battlefield, the Royalist cavalry were able to recapture the Royal Standard and inflict heavy losses on the Parliamentarian troops. The battle raged for over 3 hours before the two armies disengaged, with the Parliamentarian forces retreating to the town of Warwick and the Royalist armies retreating back onto the ridge. Both armies suffered large numbers of casualties. The Royalist troops were able to resume their march towards London and, of course, claimed a victory for that. However, owing to the scale of losses on both sides, most historians consider the battle a draw. And that is the backstory to today's fantastic war.